while our country is moving ahead, and moving ahead with a clear goal, not only a clear goal, but a clear timeline. Growth can keep happening, but if it keeps happening at an incremental pace, that is not going to help us. We have to grow. We have to transform this country so that this country is able to reach its destiny, to attain its destiny. There has to be a timeline. And that is what the Honorable Prime Minister, when he set the timeline on this latest Independence Day of Amrit Kaal, this next 20 years of Amrit Kaal, beautiful term, the country's resurgence. By 2047, when the country will be celebrating, the countrymen and women will be celebrating the 100 years of independence, the country should be where it deserves to be. While our countrymen and women are working hard, they are doing incredible things, there are problems. Our adversaries, they don't like our progress. They don't like this peaceful rise of India. But they don't have the capacity to take on this country frontally. They did till a few years back, but they don't dare to do it now. Because they know they will be caught. They did Pulwama, and they got the message. The response was surgical strike. They did Galwan, but the response was befitting. No misadventure. You will get the response in a befitting way. The country of today, the Bharat of today, is not Bharat what it was till a few years back. And so, our adversaries, they know the cost. They know the cost of a frontal attack or aggression. So they will be very, very careful. And now what they are trying is to create problems within the country. And their most favorite tool is terrorism. Create terror modules, cause terror attacks, and thereby demoralize the people of this country. What does terrorism do? You all know that terrorism or terror is a proxy war. It doesn't fight the frontal combat. They do it in a more sinister and secret way. But they do it in a way they know that the impact is that it terrorizes the people, demoralizes the people. In this country, it is a plural democracy. There are several political parties, several ideologies. And it is perfectly fine that political parties, to their opponents, they take on politically within the bounds of the constitutional propriety. Make noise as much as you can, each one, perfectly fine. But when it comes to terrorism, now what happened a few days back in this very district? It was an attempt to unleash a major terror attack, a high-profile terror attack. It was providential. It was providential that the terrorists could not succeed and the blast happened, killing one of them. From their places, the quantity of explosive material and bomb making, ID making, explosive device making, chemicals and ingredients and enough to suggest that they had a plan for a series of, some time back. An organization, which was a very, very dangerous terrorist organization, which was banned by the government of India. After it was banned, for almost about a week, terror attacks started, targeted attacks kept happening on people, throwing Molotov bombs, throwing incendiary materials at their houses, destroying their properties. It went on for almost 5-6 days. When it comes to countering terrorism, there must be a total unison between all the agencies, whether of union and the state. Because we know that the terrorists, they do not work in isolation. They are part of a larger network. Some of them who have been caught, those who are involved, those who have been known to be involved, they were on our radar even in the past. It's not that they have come for the first time. Use our monitoring system. We know that from this place, people have been trained and groomed to Iraq, Syria, Afghanistan. This backdrop, this incident, what happened a few days back, should not be taken very lightly. The very within a few hours of that attack, it became very clear that it was a terrorist attack. It was very clear that all the materials that they were doing was a part of a larger conspiracy. And I give credit to Tamil Nadu police, which did it. But the question is, when they got it within hours, why did it take 4 days, more than 4 days, to bring their idea? We all know that in this terror attacks, time is very important. Terrorists would like to erase the tracks and trails of the conspiracy, of the planning. My appeal to others is not to go softer, not to be there or give a message which can be ambiguous when it comes to terrorism or terrorists. We must be one, we must be clear-headed, we must be decisive, we must be tough in our words, in our actions. At the very outset, I would like to express my gratitude to Mahaswamiji for giving me this opportunity to be associated with an event of this end. It's a matter of pride, it's a matter of great satisfaction. This institution, for the last some 1,000 years, has played a very, very significant role in preserving the unity, the integrity, and the core values of our country, Bharat. We all know that Bharat, unlike in the West, is a country not born out of conquest by any ruler or a king. It is a civilizational, cultural, and spiritual evolution that happened over a long period of time, several thousand years ago, which has spread from north to south, east to west, and created this beautiful country called Bharat. And those civilizational values, culture, and spiritual tradition is what is we call Sanatana Dharma. That is the identity of this country. In the COVID, many countries, they approached us. Not only that we help them with the COVID vaccine and the medicine, modern medicine. But there was a greater interest in the world in the alternative system of well-being and treatment. And so we also help the world with our, our medicine, indigenous medicines. Medicines born out of our indigenous system, Ayurveda. There is a greater acceptance, and I have no doubt that in years to come, it will have far, far greater acceptance. It is having greater acceptance because our country today is confident, is self-confident. Self-confidence is not arrogance. We are humble. When the pandemic came, we had our problems, but we reached out to the people across the world and we gave vaccines and medicines to more than 150 countries in this world. This is a true character of Bharat. This is the true nature of Bharat. When we say Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam, Sarve Bhavantu Sukhina, it was in that spirit. It is not born out of politics or diplomacy. It is born out of our Sanatana Dhyana. That we look at every fellow human being everywhere, any part of the world, as our own self and do the best, whatever we can within our resources. Today, not only does the world have accepted yoga, but even for naturopathy there is a greater interest and greater demand. Within a few years, I am told that the market, the global market for Ayush has grown to about $18 billion. In the COVID, many countries, they approached us. Not only that we help them with the COVID vaccine and the medicine, modern medicine, but there was a greater interest in the world in the alternative system of well-being and treatment. And so we also help the world with our medicine, indigenous medicines. Medicines born out of our indigenous system, Ayurveda. There is a greater acceptance, and I have no doubt that in years to come, it will have far, far greater acceptance.